So I could research it and we'd actually, have something to talk about.
Oh, we got, what, 2 or 3 minutes? You could probably research any topic in that amount of time. The amount of research you do. Read the frickin' wiki page.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of YouTube videos for that Goatman shit.
Did they actually have the Goatman in them?
No. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's a load of bollocks.
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Just pretty sure?
I'm not willing to go 100%, but I'm pretty sure.
You're pretty sure that Goatman is just a bunch of made-up stories.
I'm pretty sure there's nothing to it, except that it's called Steve.
Oh.
Well,
all good cryptids should be called Steve.
There's something there saying Steve. We should say that, right?
Even the Goatman knows my name. That's pretty cool.
The Goatman knows your name?
Yeah. Or he is named after me. One or the other. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love me some Goatman.
As you should, Steve. Yeah. Everybody should love some Goatman.
We all love the Goatman.
It's a beautiful thing, the Goatman.
He's an underrated cryptid, for sure.
Very underrated. I mean, what are you going to do without the Goatman?
If I was a cryptid, that's the kind of thing I would do. Is hang around on bridges and scare people off.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just bridges? I mean, what?
Underneath bridges?
Nah, just bridges.
What's he got against people crossing bridges? That's what I don't understand. I mean,
I think he likes people to stay on the ground. He thinks that bridges are witchcraft.
Oh. That's the weird thing some cryptids do. I don't know.
I agree. There's some strange shit out in the world. Strange shit. There's Goatmen.
Speaking of
Pigmen.
Speaking of cryptids, and not to bring the show down, but Matt had posted in the Bigfoot Outlaws Facebook group about Robert Dodson was in some pretty poor health and was unresponsive. You guys remember Robert Dodson?
Not really.
The one with that incredibly lame video, wasn't he?
Well, he had some questionable videos, yeah. Anyway, so I don't know what the
videos of a questionable nature.
Yeah, well, all Bigfoot videos are of a questionable nature. I mean,
I'm gonna say, do we have any other kind?
But anyway, he's in pretty poor health. I haven't heard an update on it yet, but so I thought we might want to mention that, and if people were fans of Mr. Dodson's, they might want to.
I remember hearing the name.
Yeah.
Get well soon, Bob.
You know, I'm not like, I wasn't friends with the guy or anything.
Bob has the best toupee in Bigfooting.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think it's a toupee.
If you say so, Steve.
It is.
It's a fucking rug on his head?
Well, it looked like it, but I could be wrong. I might not. That might have been real here, but he was a pretty cool guy. I mean, I think he was all as genuine as you possibly can be. I don't think he was trying to make anything up or anything like that. Now his videos, obviously, all Bigfoot videos are questionable. So, but his were a little more questionable than some that I've seen.
Than the rest.
Yeah, but I don't think he was. I always found him to be genuine. At least he believed what he thought, what he was saying, that kind of thing. Okay. So anyway, good luck. Get well. I hope he does. I know he's been in poor health for a while. So.
Well, I second that, Steve.
Good.
I mean, I don't really know the guy.
Who says this show doesn't care? We do.
Yeah, we care about our fellow man.
That's right.
So it is what it is, as they say. So what are we going to talk about tonight, Steve?
I don't know.
We'll need some help.
What should we talk about?
I don't know. I put Chupacabra in the title for
what?
The fuck of it. No, I was bored.
Chupacabra. You just threw it in the title. Like clickbait or something?
Well, maybe.
A little bit of clickbait.
I mean, some of it's a little clickbaity anyway.
It's all clickbait.
That we do.
Everything's clickbait.
Yeah.
I
So
haven't seen a YouTube video yet that isn't has some sort of clickbait.
yeah,
That's how you get to watch a video, because somebody advertised it in a way that made you want to click on it.
yeah, I agree.
Clickbait, sure.
Hmm.
Chupacabras, though, there's another underrated cryptid. Maybe overrated. I think maybe it's overrated. No, chupacabras don't exist.
Well, yeah. I mean, we know that.
No, we don't know that. I mean, people still claim they exist, even though we know that they don't.
What do you
Monster
mean?
Quest begs to differ with you there, Steve. They've recovered the corpses of several chupacabras.
Alleged chupacabras. Until something is not alleged anymore, then it doesn't exist.
Uh-huh.
How's that? I've gone full skeptic now.
He's gone full skeptic. There's no stopping Steve. He's riding the skeptic train to Skepticville.
I'm not even...
Just on this chupacabra?
No, on all cryptids. Screw it.
All cryptids.
That's right. And UFOs, too. And ghosts. Throw it all.
The legendary giant goldfish of France.
That is completely false.
Not even allegedly. You've just gone, that is false.
I'm not even a skeptic anymore. I'm now a scophtic.
He's now a
A skoptic?
Oh, that's even worse than a skeptic. That's a skeptic that doesn't give a shit. What your evidence is.
That doesn't give a shit.
What your evidence is, yeah. Your evidence means shit to me.
Okay. Steve's setting the bar high. He expects you to meet it. And if you don't, you're getting full scophtic.
Unless you bring the bloody corpse of whatever you're claiming and lay it on my front step, then it doesn't exist.
Then you're out.
I'm out. That's the conclusion I've come to. Yeah.
You're pretty amazing, Steve.
Well, you got to have the bloody corpse.
You're bringing your A game today.
A corpse of whatever nature would be fine, actually. So I'll give them that. Just bring me the corpse, then I'll believe it.
Any corpse?
Any corpse of cryptid. I don't want, like your Uncle Bob or something.
Oh.
That would be wrong. That would be bad. But the giant goldfish, if you want to lay the giant goldfish, I mean a real giant goldfish, not some tiny little fake, maybe real goldfish, but no, I need the actual giant goldfish. I need that laid right down on my front step. My cats are hungry anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'd feed them for a while. Well, they might not like goldfish. Cats eat goldfish.
You've always been a fucking skeptic, though.
No, I haven't always been a skeptic.
Yeah, you have.
I've always questioned, things, but I wouldn't consider myself a skeptic prior. I mean, I was, but not, I don't know. I was a believer for a while.
I'd say you've pretty much always been a skeptic, Steve. I mean, in my short time of knowing you, I mean, well, it's been almost 5 years now, but I mean, still, you've always been that way.
Always?
I see it that way.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's certain things I believed over the years. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I wasn't a complete skeptic.
Do tell, Steve.
Well, I kind of bought into the whole Justin Smia thing for a while.
I think we all did for a little bit.
Yeah, for a little bit.
We dipped our toes in that one.
Yeah, we did. And the Norm Glasser thing, I fell face first into that shit.
That was a little different for you, Steve.
I mean, it was like a pile of dog shit. A massive pile of dog shit.
And you stepped in it.
Oh, I didn't step in it. I fell into it. Full body. Bam.
Absolutely. And what did I say?
Well, you just let me run with it. That's like you always do.
I let you step right in that, and I smelled it. But I smelled it before you fucking said it.
Speaking of which, now, as people know, what I do for a living, I'm not going to mention it, but today I went to a yard sale, being that I am a professional yard sale owner at all.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to run a yard sale, just one piece of advice.
Okay.
Clean up the dog shit out of your yard. Please.
I would have to agree with you there, Steve.
Oh my God. And it was like the worst odor. I mean, it was so bad. I didn't buy anything there.
Someone had a yard sale and didn't clean the dog crap up.
Oh, I mean, it was, I'm telling you.
Was it old or was it fresh?
Both.
That's just yard sailing 101 right there.
Well, this was kind of in the not so nice section of town, but still a little bit of respect for people coming into your yard.
There are
you want to sell stuff
for yard sales that was set a long time ago.
That's right.
You can't just go around not cleaning up dog crap if you're trying to sell shit to people.
I didn't step in any, but my God, the odor. It was so bad. I mean, my wife goes out, and it's her dog, so she takes care of the dog, and she cleans up the yard twice a week, at least, sometimes more. And we don't have people coming into our yard, Just a little courtesy. Maybe it was cryptid shit. Maybe it was cryptid dogs, and they can't find them. The hellhounds. That's probably what it was.
Could have been, Steve.
Maybe I'm not so much a skeptic now. Because if I can make myself believe that it was hellhounds, at least it makes me feel a little bit better about what I had to experience today. Just saying.
I'm with you.
Hellhounds are pretty cool.
Dogmen?
Well, I don't think... Are dogmen and hellhounds the same thing? I don't think so.
I don't know.
No.
Dogmen are like werewolves, only it's racist to call them werewolves.
Well,
hellhounds are like the normal four-legged big dogs that guard the gates of the underworld or something.
And you can call them hellhounds and they're okay with it?
They're fine with it. They don't kick off. Dogmen are really sensitive, though.
Well, I've heard that dogmen... I mean, you cannot... There is no correlation between a dogman and a werewolf. It's a totally different thing.
It's a completely different thing. And, you get social justice warriors parking up in your house if you call dogmen werewolves. Don't do it.
Wow.
So did you hear about this whole Vic Cundiff thing going down? I guess
actually, yes, I did.
Okay.
They tore down his, what was it, the Bigfoot Eyewitness radio?
How could they do that? I mean, what was the basis of any of that?
They said that it violated community standards. And I saw his post about where he explained that he went to YouTube, sent them a message, and tried to get them to, he was like, listen, this is what it is. And they were like, they wouldn't even hear it. I don't even understand how that's possible.
He didn't have anything like outrageous on his show, just talking about Bigfoot and Dogman, right?
I guess so.
So how does our show still exist? We violate community standards every day, every time we're on.
We're just that irrelevant.
Yeah, but technically so does Joe Rogan, and he's on YouTube.
I think there's more to the story. I'm not accusing Vic of anything because I don't know the whole story, but it can't be that they just decided
YouTube
to take
gets funny with certain channels. They just take umbrage, and that's that.
There could be a competitor.
It's been banned so many times, and
there is a channel in the other community that I'm in, and these people are just your everyday husband and wife, and they're wonderful people, good people, and they got their live privileges suspended because they showed what they considered it a violation because they showed that they have one of those doorbell cameras, and some guy came up and was playing with himself.
A Ring doorbell?
Yeah, one of those.
Something like that.
Yeah. It's right on the camera, right on the doorbell, it says that you're being filmed because by law they have to. Right on the doorbell, it says it. So YouTube pulled the video because they said that this guy was filmed without his knowledge, which he wasn't. But what YouTube allowed them to do was just start another channel. And as long as they had 100 subscribers, they could go do their live streams again. Well, they're very popular in that community, so they got their 100 subscribers within minutes, and they went live again. But I don't know if Vic could do something else, just start a new channel or.
Well, he also said that based on what they said, he fully expects them to pull down the Dogman Encounters show too.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't imagine where his violated anything, but I didn't watch a lot of his shows or listen, but.
See, now, I always had a problem with Vic. Not like a huge problem. I'm not like, I don't hate the man. But when I had started my blog, I wanted to share his Dogman show on the blog. I wanted to, put up embedded in the HTML code so I could have it on the website and, promote his show a little bit, because I've never listened to it. Like, I've never been a huge fan, but I thought it would be something great to throw on there.
Right.
And he refuses to allow people to use the embed code.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why would you refuse that? That gets you more publicity.
Yeah, exactly.
My thinking anyway.
But if you embed it on your blog, you get the money and he doesn't.
Yeah.
No, he still gets anybody who clicks on the link and goes to the YouTube show.
Yeah, but if they can just watch it on the blog, he doesn't get anything for that.
Yeah, he does.
Sure he does.
Oh, he does.
Mean, if it's embedded, yes, because
Yes.
all the ads, everything still comes up. Nothing changes.
I don't get it then.
Yeah, and Matt Knapp tried to reach out to him for me because, Matt had talked to him before, and Matt was like, he just won't hear it, dude. He's like, I give up. He's like, I tried to explain to him it's nothing but promotion for him, and he just won't even hear it, not even a little bit.
That's strange, man.
Yeah.
I still don't. Swamp Girl says YouTube has been purging what they consider fake news, and while we all consider Dogmen and Bigfoot fake news, I mean it is what it is. It's not really the kind of fake news that I think YouTube would be going after, because it's just they don't consider cryptid stories to be anything other than stories. I wouldn't think. My guess is if there really is some sort of conspiracy against Vic Cundiff, it isn't YouTube at all. It's some other competitor, somebody else who's making complaints to
Somebody's
YouTube.
come after him.
You don't mean the Illuminati?
I think so.
Jesus Christ.
Well, no. What I mean is,
Did you really say that?
all it takes is one person. Yes, he did. One person to complain about your video, and YouTube will pull it. It's just YouTube doesn't give a flying crap, and it's possible that Vic said something about somebody on one of his shows that they didn't like, and now they're using that. But they usually give you a reason. They don't just pull your channel without some sort of reason, and it'll tell you at least a list of policies that you may have violated. So there's got to be some sort of policy that he was told that he violated.
Steve said they at least 5 times there. Who are they, if not the Illuminati?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I sell on eBay. You guys know that. Everybody knows that. I know it's a thing. But if some competitor doesn't like that I'm selling a Kodak camera, they can claim to be Kodak and get it pulled off of eBay. And then I have to fight it. It's the same thing with YouTube. All they have to do is have one person who doesn't like what you're doing. Maybe you said something about that person in the past. How it hasn't happened to our channel yet, I have no clue. But it's really easy to get a YouTube channel pulled. Ask Phil. Phil will tell you. Phil's done it against it before.
But Phil's always been able to get it back.
Yeah, because Phil knows how. I know how. I had a guy attack my channel one time, and it took me a couple days, but I got it all back. It's not that hard to do if you can prove right away quickly that it was fake. It's not that hard to do.
I don't get that. But I don't get why Vic would get his taken down. You know, as much as I'm not his friend or anything, and I'm not like, I don't.
I never cared for his show. I think the only one I watched was the Dogman, or listened to actually, was the Dogman one, and I found it boring, to be honest with you. But there was nothing controversial there except the fact that he was talking about Dogman and things like that.
Yeah, I don't get any of it.
So Roland Lafleur, I love that name, says he was targeted by Dark Waters in the past. I'm not sure who Dark Waters is. I'm guessing another YouTube channel. And it doesn't take that much to get a YouTube channel pulled. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Now, usually they give you warnings. I mean, you would have to violate quite a bit of things to get your channel completely pulled.
Yeah, that's 3 strikes now.
He would have to have more than 1 strike. This isn't the first warning he's had.
It's 3 strikes and you're out these days. Philip DeFranco did a whole thing on it. Apparently YouTube's really cracking down.
Yeah. So we're riding it to 0 or until YouTube says goodbye.
Right. Pretty much.
Whichever happens at first.
And the minute I heard him, I saw him post that, I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Well, it amazes me that we are still allowed to do what we do. And Joe Rogan's huge. Joe Rogan brings in a lot of money to YouTube and whatever platform he.
But they pull his stuff a lot, dude.
Do they?
Well, because he likes to play clips of stuff. And it winds up, being a copyright issue. Because he tries to do his show more like a,
more newsy.
Well, more like a radio program.
Right.
And, he wants to show the people that he's.
Yeah, but even then, you can, Phil will tell you, all you have to, thanks, Will.
Yeah.
All you have to do, there's ways to get around that. If you're using it for news purposes or thing, and you're not playing more than a little bit of the clip, I mean, there's a lot of ways around that. Well, can they still complain about it? Yes. And will you get a copyright strike? Probably. But that kind of stuff is generally pretty easy to fight against. But now let's say
super controversial either.
Well, we're controversial as in the fact that we use a lot of foul language and things like that, but we don't. Well, there's times, man, we've said some pretty raunchy and shitty things about people on this show.
Yeah, but those people were dicks. YouTube understands that.
Oh yeah. Well, all YouTube would have to do is go watch one of their videos and figure out why we're saying what we're saying. You're right. But YouTube doesn't operate that way. They don't give a shit. It's all bots. And if somebody claims something, the bots will take you down, and then you have to fight it, and it's very hard. The people who got pulled in the other community that I listened to actually had to email Google, not YouTube, and they had to go through certain channels to get the rights just to open another channel on live stream. So I mean, there is ways around it, but it's not an easy process. It took them, I think, a month and a half or something like that, just to get the right answer from the right people at YouTube or Google. Once YouTube decides you're done, you're done.
Yeah, and like it looks like they're going to be really cracking down on stuff, which doesn't bode well for us.
Nope, it does not.
And
so from now on, the Fortean Slip is now a family-friendly channel.
Yeah, right.
Fuck
fucking high.
Don't say fuck or cunt.
Nope. Yeah, we're not going to say fuck or cunt anymore. We're not going to call anybody out. There is other versions of YouTube. You can go on Twitch. There's other places you can stream. Or you could just go straight to Facebook if you wanted to.
Yeah,
now, Facebook will pull
do.
your shit too. Facebook is just as bad as YouTube when it comes to pulling shit. Facebook's worse, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
But there are alternatives. Do I want to do it that way? No. I like YouTube.
I'd prefer to do it this way.
Yeah.
It is very preferable to be able to to live stream like this. I like it. If they take this away, it's going to suck.
Yep.
I'm worried about it, but I mean, what are we going to do?
But you gotta look at it from YouTube's perspective too. They're a corporation. They're in this to make money, and the more channels like ours or controversial anything loses them money, because although we get a small amount of viewers every week, it makes them a little bit of money if they monetize our channel. But because of the pressures from their advertisers, channels like ours probably won't be around that much longer.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I love YouTube. Don't get me wrong. I love it.
Yeah.
You can learn anything you want. You can watch any kind of show, but it's not the Wild West days anymore where you could do anything you wanted. It's just not that way.
And it'll be interesting to see, who they go after.
Well, we'll see how long this lasts. And we'll push the limits until it happens. Fuck it.
I mean, I'd love to be able to keep it the way that it is.
If we had to go clean, this show wouldn't exist. It just wouldn't happen because it's not who we are. If we had to be a family-friendly show just to please the platform that we're on, it would not work.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just, when I read that, I was like, really? Fucking Vic? Like, of all people to get his channel ripped down.
Well, I still think there might be a little more that we don't know about how that happened, how that went down. And did he have a chance to redeem himself through YouTube? I don't know. All I know is what he's posted. And I haven't read anything more than that. So to me, this seems like there has to be something more in there that we don't know about, or maybe even Vic doesn't know about why his channel got pulled. I don't know. Yeah. And it was just one of his channels, right? Not the other one yet.
Right now, it's just one. Just the one.
But why does he feel that the other one might get pulled?
I guess it was based on his talk that he had with them.
So Vic could start another channel. It wouldn't be that big a deal. You could use a VPN and all that stuff. I mean, if you really wanted to.
But especially when you build something.
He's got such a huge following, though. I mean, way more than what we've got. That wherever he goes, he'll be fine. But the funny part is it's harder to get monetized anywher else. That's why people go to YouTube. Because it was easy to get monetized.
Right, it was easy to make money.
Yeah.
And that's very true.
Yep. And not for us. We don't make anything. We make shit.
Well, my channel makes, dog shit. It does not make much money at all.
Even in the Wild West days of YouTube, we didn't make any money on this show. I mean, not much. Very little.
When I really had things going well, I mean, I think maybe I made highest was like $30-40 a month.
Yeah.
So it's not.
There was months I was making up well over 100, but
you've had some crazy months.
Yeah, I did. But nowadays I just don't have the passion to do those kind of videos anymore. So I don't use that channel much anymore. I did put up a video this week, but it was just a mirror that I found that was a witch talking and I'm selling on eBay. So yeah, I don't know about, they're talking about super chats and donating to the show and stuff like that, but that's not where we've never really been about that.
Right.
Not that you couldn't turn the super chat option on. You certainly could. Yeah,
but I mean, that's like asking people for money. It's kind of like Patreon. I mean, what I want some extra money. Yeah, hell yeah. But I mean, do I really need to go asking for it right now?
No.
I mean, no, not really.
Fucking Patreon is just monthly panhandling.
Yeah.
I don't know how people can fucking do that. Where's your pride?
Here's why I'm not against super chats and people who have that option turned on their channel. I'm not against that at all. But when you say, "Oh no, you didn't have to do that," you wouldn't have turned the option on if you didn't want people to do that. It's an option that you turn on. It's not like it, and it turns people into fake. It turns people fake when they do that. I was watching a lady the other day, and I don't watch her channel often, but she was talking about something that I was interested in, and she must have got $300 or $400 in super chats just sitting there for a half an hour, 45-minute show. Just people just giving this woman money, and she was bitching about something, and she's and she's not like very knowledgeable about anything. But people would just throw in money at this woman. And then every time, "Oh, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that." Bullshit. That's what you want them to do. That's why you turned it on. But yeah. even with the super chat, 30% goes to YouTube. Yep.
And there's that, and then there's the opposite end of the spectrum when people stop supporting Patreon accounts and the person they were supporting makes these pathetic begging videos like fucking Narcissa Wright did a few months ago about how that they just need like $1,500 a month just to, live off. I'm like, yeah, well, we could all use that, but, get a job.
Yeah.
I mean, Kickstarter, GoFundMe, those are useful things for projects that need funding. I mean, yeah, it gets abused, but
it's abused.
A lot of cool stuff
every time
has come out of Kickstarter. Like
right.
A lot of video games that wouldn't have been made otherwise, some science projects. It's a good idea, but Patreon is nothing short of just panhandling monthly. And it just, I hate it so much.
I mean, if you're giving people something extra for that, then sure. That I can see. Not like, I mean, like if you give them extra shows that only they can hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it becomes basically all you're doing. Everybody that I know that's ever run a Patreon account that does it that way, where they get extra shows, it's the same shit. It's not like they're giving you some super secret show. Usually it turns out to be where it's just a repeat of something else or something. And then they'll release that show publicly down the line because they didn't make enough on their Patreon account. So they have to release it on YouTube publicly to get the advertising dollars.
Yeah, that happens too.
Yeah. So when you're paying for a Patreon account, you're paying for shit most of the time.
Exactly.
Super chat's a different thing. It's totally voluntary. You don't have to do it. Will I turn it on when I get to 1,000 subs on my other channel? Probably. But
you're honest about it. You're not.
But I'm going to be honest.
Like you're doing anything.
That I'm shocked that people are giving me money
to benefit other people. You're going to be like, I've switched this on because I want some extra money.
That's right. I'll be 100% honest about it because that's the way it is. I'm not going to sit there and say, "Oh, I don't know how to turn this option off," like 90% of the people say, or "You didn't have to do that. Oh, thank you so much." Fuck that. Give me some money. If I turn that feature on, that's what I'm asking for. I want your money. And I don't want to do anything for it except sit there and talk to you.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, if it's a situation where you're giving them something a little extra for the, paying the extra money, then so be it.
Right.
That I think isn't that bad. But, it's when you're just asking for the money. Then I think it's a problem.
Yeah.
When you're just saying support my Patreon account for nothing.
Support my Patreon account because I'm a dick.
And because I'm a fucking lazy entitled cunt who doesn't know the value of a good day's work.
Wow.
I mean, and what really annoys me about Patreon is it's not so much the people that get the money, it's the people that made it in the first place. Because they are literally getting paid millions of dollars for nothing, for transferring money from one PayPal to another.
Right.
Well, YouTube takes 30% on a super chat, and that's basically all they're doing. I mean, yeah, they're providing the platform.
Created an entirely new genre entertainment platform. I think they're entitled to a little extra cheddar.
Yeah. There's people that people figured shit out, dude. And I mean, you know, don't you wish you had been that person?
Yeah, that's mostly jealousy, I'll grant you. But
I'm not jealous of anybody who has a Patreon account or gets super chats or whatever. It is what it is. I'll give you my opinion about it.
I'm
Super
jealous
chats
of
are
the people
fine
who created
if you
Patreon.
don't act like you didn't know that you were going to get them. You know? And there's nothing wrong if there's a show out there where you actually feel that you need to give them money because you enjoy that show so much. We do it all the time. I mean, it's why we have television shows. I mean, somebody was saying, I wish I had Taylor Swift's money the other day. All she has to do is go out there and sing. Well, you're the one giving it to her, you know, because you're buying her shit.
Yeah, but
so it's basically the same kind of thing. We support the people we like.
Those are artists, and they create something. So that's different. You know, granted, do we create something? Yeah, I mean, it's a pile of shit most of the time, if you ask me. But I mean,
most of the time.
I'm really critical of what we do. So
I don't think we do enough to make, get people to give us money. I mean, I don't think that we're that kind of show.
But I think that Vic Cundiff's channel getting ripped down is horseshit.
Yeah. I
gotta hit the fucking bathroom. I will be right back, gentlemen.
Well, now we got to carry the show, Richard.
You got to carry the show.
Carrying that on, I am in a weird position that I completely agree with Chris.
Holy Lord.
It makes me feel dirty and unclean to say that, but he is completely right.
About Vic's channel?
Yeah, it's not like, okay, so he's harmlessly insane. He talks a bunch of bullshit about a creature that cannot possibly exist. Where's the harm in that? I mean, there are some real frauds out there that, really, really take advantage of YouTube.
Yeah, why isn't Johnson's channel getting pulled down?
Well, Johnson, kind of those cunts that pulled the CSGO Lotto scam.
What about all those UFO channels? Like, what's that one? Oh shit, I can't think of the name of it. But all they put out is fake shit.
Yeah, fake. Like all the top 5 video channels that literally take everyone else's content and bunch it into 5s. Power breakdown that ruins everything for all of us.
I just don't. Vic is just relaying stories, correct? I mean, the last I watched one of his things, all he was doing was basically relaying stories that somebody else told. Or
as far as I know, yes. Or it's having people on that are having their own stories.
Right. So it wasn't anything. It's an interview show for the most part, if I remember right. So there's nothing controversial so far as that goes. It just seems to me there has to be more to that story than what we know, or maybe Vic doesn't know the whole thing. We've never really talked to Vic or anything. I don't know the guy, so I don't know what.
Yeah, like I said, I've never really talked to him. I mean, I just saw his post. I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah, so am I.
That's how I found out.
And it's been pretty prominent on my Facebook the last few days, and that's the only reason I know about it. But it just seems to me that out of all the Bigfoot, UFO, Dogman channels out there, his was one of the most harmless ones.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, I know it was fairly fucking tame. It's nothing like ours.
No.
Not even close.
But yet we're allowed to exist, and he's not.
Yeah. It's baffling.
And that's what I said about the other people that we were talking about earlier that got their whole they got one warning and they weren't allowed to do live streams. That's the first thing they'll do to you is take away your live stream.
Right.
You're still allowed to create content, but you can't have live streams.
Okay.
Their channel is harmless. I mean, harmless. Probably one of the most harmless channels you could find on YouTube. Very family friendly. It's just one video that they put up that somebody didn't like and reported it, and it got them 6 months. I think it was 90 days suspension from live.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's no fighting it. And the only reason they were able to get around it is because YouTube allowed them to make a second channel, and which makes no sense.
Yeah.
Look at Keemstar. There's a good example. Got banned multiple times. Multiple YouTube channels completely banned. He got around it by putting someone else in charge of his YouTube channel and said he just works for them.
Huh. Oh.
There was another guy, kind of reminds me a lot of Tim Fasano. I mean, same kind of personality, same kind of drunken rages and things like that. But his daughter put up a YouTube channel. And because he had somebody that didn't like him on his channel, they reported his daughter's YouTube channel. And
what?
She got her channel taken down and they could not get it back. Yeah. I mean, so there are people out there who are very vindictive.
People suck.
Yeah,
What
people
kind
suck.
of sad, pathetic little...
But look at Tim Fasano's channel, for example. Drunken rages and all sorts of shit that goes on that channel.
But he's
And his
entertaining.
channel's still there. His channel's still there.
Entertaining.
Yeah, it's funny to me that somebody like Vic can get shut down, but somebody like us or Tim Fasano or we get to remain.
Wow. Yeah. I'm friends with Tim on Facebook now.
Oh, now?
I wasn't before. I freaking friend requested him, and now Tim and I are friends.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Nice. Makes for a nice little friendship with the guy that basically we had a great time with on our show. I mean, I'm not going to say that I agree with everything that Tim says.
And Tim knows that we don't agree with him.
But it fucking really entertaining when he was on.
But and I'm just saying that it makes no sense that channels like that and ours are allowed to remain, but yet a very, very tame show. So there's got to be something going on that we don't know about. Maybe it's possible that there was some sort of copyright violation that we don't know about, or just some idiot that didn't like Vic.
Yeah.
Keeps reporting. People can open 600 YouTube accounts. I have 4 or 5 myself. I don't use them, but I have, and just troll the fuck out of you if they want to.
Oh yeah.
And my guess is that YouTube doesn't care if it's a day-old account or a 6-year-old account who's making the complaint. They just don't care. So somebody probably went in and created a bunch of accounts and complained about his channel, and it got shut down.
I mean,
that's the only other thing I can think of that would get a show like that shut down. So we stand behind you, Vic, whether we agree with you or not.
Yeah, I mean, I think he shouldn't have had his channel taken down. That's for damn sure.
But I'd still like to know all the details. I'd like to see the email that he got from YouTube, because that's how they communicate. You cannot call YouTube. It just doesn't work.
Right. No, you have to communicate with them via, their system.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even really technically email them. They have their own type of email.
And that they don't answer.
Yeah, pretty much. And it sucks. It's fucking horrible. Because at one point I was trying to find something out. I can't remember what it was, whether they had taken my monetization away on something or not. And to get them to answer or to get them to do anything, it was fucking ridiculous. It drove me crazy.
All you can do is follow whatever guidelines they give you and hope and pray that somebody somewhere is looking at it, which they don't.
Yeah. It's crazy. But
No, I
hey,
did not
Steve,
hear the
I
show
gotta
between
wrap
Dick
the
and
show
Harry.
up.
Really?
I have to tonight. So, do you have any news tonight?
No.
No.
Hold on.
We're gonna have horrible production.
Okay, that's better.
Uh-huh.
You guys thought I wasn't ready.
Well,
Speaking of somebody who needs their
kind of.
channel knocked off, a man who claims he has been attacked by a yowie on 2 occasions has pleaded guilty to assaulting his neighbor, according to the Daily Mail. The cryptozoologist Dean Harrison pleaded guilty to assault occasioning bodily harm when he faced the Southport Magistrates Court, Queensland, on Wednesday. The yowie hunter punched the victim 7 times, knocking him unconscious for a couple of minutes.
I actually know this guy.
Oh,
I
yeah?
knew him back before Facebook existed.
Richard used to fucking beat people down with him.
Yeah, we used to go around beating people up and beating them off, whatever worked. And he was in this forum, this Thylacine and Yowie forum, and he's a proper wooner, like of Matthew Johnson caliber. I'm not surprised to hear he went off the rails.
Oh, you want to know what made him go off the rails?
A barking dog.
Dogs. In the lead up to the assault, Harrison had complained about being kept awake at night by his neighbor's barking dogs. The attack was captured on video footage and played for the court. Well, that would be great to watch.
Yeah, where's that?
Yeah, I know. Following the altercation, the victim was taken to Gold Coast University Hospital for treatment. Defense barrister Angus, boy, what a great name, Angus Edwards, argued that Harrison was struggling with emotional stress as his 17-year-old daughter was experiencing issues at the time of the out-of-character assault. Is it an out-of-character assault, Richard? Or is the guy just a proper dick? Richard?
He's just a dick.
Okay. Edwards told the court that Harrison had written an apology letter to the victim and supplied the CCTV footage to the police. So he supplied the CCTV footage himself.
Interesting.
Here, watch this.
Here.
This will help.
See me break the law.
The court also heard of Harrison's leading role in the cryptozoology field, which was, I'm sure, fun, which has taken him to the Amazon and the Solomon Islands. Harrison has been featured in National Geographic. Wow. Harrison also had his own website called Dean Harrison's Australian Yowie Research. So go look that up, where members of the public can share their Yowie sightings in an online forum. The website defines Yowie in Australia as part of the Australopithecine species, based on sightings of ape-man-like creatures or hairy men. In response to skepticism about the Yowie population, the website reads, "It's obvious. Why? Because I've seen them." So he was sentenced to 12 months in prison, wholly suspended for 2 years, and was ordered to pay $2,000 compensation fee to the victim. So he didn't have to serve any jail time, and it only cost him $2,000 to shut them dogs up. So that ain't too bad. Wonder if they did anything to the dogs. Ooh, proof.
Proof of
The
what?
Scottish Sun reports Bigfoot investigator claims he has proof of the legendary monster, and it's hiding out in the Scottish forest.
Bullshit.
Yeah, well, no, that's it said. Let's read to find out. A Bigfoot investigator claims he has proof of the legendary monster's hiding place, a Scottish forest. Part-time laborer and gardener Robert, great qualifications, Robert Shanklin has shared snaps of what he claims is a 14-inch footprint left by the giant creature in Dumfries and Galloway. The 56-year-old has spent 2 years hunting for evidence of bipedal.
That's not too far away from me.
Yeah, well, see, proof, Richard.
I go up to Galloway a lot, so.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Good morning.
Well, now you can go to Galloway and find 14-inch footprints.
I go to Galloway for the red kite feeding station, but I suppose I could do that.
Yeah, because you're a skeptic, and this guy's going to prove it to you.
Yeah, he's going to prove me wrong.
Yeah. This guy's 56 years old, and he spent 2 full years, hunting for evidence of a bipedal hominid creature in Galloway Forest Park, which spans 300 square miles. That's a big park. As well as pictures of the footprint. Robert from Burnside, someplace, Lanarkshire, reckons another image could show the creature staring at him from the trees. Well, that ain't the image. Scotland already has a Bigfoot legend in the shape of the Scottish wild man, which haunts the summit of Ben Macdui. Is that right, Richard? The highest peak in the mountains. Robert's theory.
What? Say the word again.
Macdui. Ben Macdui.
MacDoo.
Okay. Robert's theory is that the Galloway creature could be a relative and may even use a green corridor of woods to travel between the southwest of Scotland and the Cairngorms. Speaking today, Robert said that he started researching it after he heard Charmaine Fraser, part of the British Bigfoot research team, speak at a conference in Glasgow 2 years ago. He said, "She saw the creature as a child, and I just started to think about it. I decided to see what I could find in my local area, and I didn't expect to find anything at all. I couldn't believe it when I came across the footprint. I decided to see what I could find in my local." Oh, I already read that. Galloway and the surrounding areas is a green corridor. If you look at it on a map, it's just a huge space of wilderness. Maybe, just maybe, the creature is traveling through on the way up to the Highlands. That's it.
Wow.
That's the story.
I mean, you really want to live in the Highlands in Scotland if you live anywhere.
Well, yeah.
You want to be a Highlander?
You want to be a Highlander.
The legendary Highlands of Scotland
I always have wanted to be a Highlander.
Are high. Yes. So Richard sends me a story that's all about some photographs that I can't show. And
okay.
None of the story makes sense unless you can see the actual photographs, but I'll read it anyway.
Describe the photographs.
These haunting photos offer a rare glimpse of an old shipwreck left stranded off the coast of Liverpool. So this picture shows a shipwreck off the coast of Liverpool. There. Is that a good description?
Uh-huh.
Well, what does this photo show?
A shipwreck off the shores of Liverpool.
Well, there you go then.
Yeah, and there's some
everybody knows what the Liverpool docks look like.
Yeah, everybody.
Come on.
And it's like covered in sea life and stuff. Coral.
Barnacles and seaweed and stuff.
Yeah, and there's these like big windmills behind it. Lots of.
Now you mean wind farm? A wind farm.
Yes, a wind farm. What is on a wind farm, Richard? Windmills.
Wow.
They're not windmills. They're what you call it? There's a word for it.
Turbines.
Yes, there you are. Turbine.
Oh, God.
Which is just a windmill on steroids.
Not a windmill. It is a turbine. Windmills are for making flour and stuff.
What do windmills use? Wind. What do wind turbines use?
Wait. Windmills are for making flour? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they use them to make energy at this point.
Nowadays, yes.
No, they use turbines to make energy. The old days, they used them to make flour.
We're not in the old days
anymore. Boy.
That's why they're not
barnacles and rust. Colin's incredible photos show birds stopping to rest on the frame of the shipwreck in the morning sunlight.
Oh, dear God.
A rare glimpse of the ghostly shipwreck offers a reminder of the maritime history on Merseyside.
Carry on.
After it came around just off the Formby coast, parts of the Ionic Star were salvaged for scrap. What remained was later used by the Royal Air Force for target practice, leaving behind metallic husks, which can still be seen today. I don't know how this is cryptid or Fortean related, but because it says ghost ship. Never mind.
Ghost ship.
Built in 1917.
Ship. You don't get more Fortean and ghost ships.
Who
Built
doesn't
in
love a ghost ship? Sorry, Steve.
Red
Sorry.
Built in
Alert
1917, the
Fortean
Blue
Slip.
Star Line vessel was set up the Mersey Coast or Mersey Channel on a journey from Rio de Janeiro and Santos,
Mersey.
Brazil into Liverpool. Cargo being
Whatever.
transported aboard the ship was salvaged, and no lives were believed to have been lost. So, therefore, no ghosts on this alleged ghost ship.
Alleged.
Alleged, because there's no lives have been lost. Don't you have to have dead people to have ghosts?
No, if you got a ghost ship, then ghosts are naturally going to
Oh.
congregate.
Whoa.
Pardon me.
God damn echo.
Okay.
Whew. Holy
Someday I'll
mother.
figure out how to do that without having to unplug my headphones.
Ah. I see.
That is the news.
Ah, thank you for the news, Steve.
Wonderful news.
It's just great,
Hey,
man.
let's hurry up and have a show on Saturday so that Chris can do shit on Sunday and then end the show early. Sounds great to me.
We've
Steve,
gone an hour.
we went an hour, Steve. Like, what are you complaining about, bub?
I don't know. Don't we normally go an hour and like 10 minutes?
We normally go a little longer, but I have shit going on, so I'm sorry. You know,
Chris
I got,
ain't got
shit going on.
I got,
Doesn't
I got
matter.
shit to take care of, Steve.
When I have shit going on, it doesn't matter. You guys carry on without me.
Well, yeah, I just do the show.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it works, Steve.
I think now that I read those news stories, we may be in danger of getting shut down by YouTube.
Probably.
Because-
By the Illuminati Yeti.
We've always been in danger of that.
From day one.
That's right. We didn't even start the show tonight. I didn't even say this is the Fortean Slip. We just fucking talked.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
Fuck it.
Just had a hangout. We just hung out. That's
Yeah.
how we roll.
It was just a fucking hangout. Yeah.
It's funny we do the show on the wrong day and we still get the same people in the chat.
Yeah.
They're hungry.
Sure.
They need us.
We give them their weekly dose of Fortean
Fucking
News.
dog shit.
injected
There you
straight
go.
into their veins.
It's just crap. This has been the Fortean Slip, episode 34. No one escapes the Chupacabra.
Mm.
If you like this shit, hit the little thumbs up button. If you don't, hit the little thumbs down button. Leave a comment. Subscribe. Check out Matt Knapp at youtube.com/bigfootcrossroads. Check out, as always, Dred Funn at dredfunn.com and youtube.com/Dred Funn. Check out Bigfootin' with Keith and Colin on Facebook. That's Richard's little comic strip. And check out Phil Poling over at youtube.com/Parabreakdown. And give him some love for, he's dealing with his son who's pretty banged up from a car accident. So other than that, we will at some point.
Way to end the show on a high note there.
Well, at some point next week, we will put out another show.
Unless
Right, Steve?
YouTube shuts us down.
That's right. So this might be the last time. See ya!